Day 147, the complexity of hope. Hope is just not that simple. The idea of hope is a layered experience that is complicated. We usually wrestle with hope when we are feeling the most vulnerable, as it always is the idea that propels us forward when we are facing the worst. Anticipation, desire, optimism, these are all related to the idea of hope. When we are faced with uncertainty, we attempt to believe a better outcome, even though we have no idea what is lurking around the next corner. Hope is humanity, the ultimate paradox, the source of great strength, yet also the path to disappointment. There are many emotional layers of hope. Hope is not a singular feeling, it is a dynamic interplay of emotions and cognitive processes. Hope can be all of these things and some of these things all at the same time. We can be optimistic, believing our situation will change. We can desire something specific. We can acknowledge to ourselves that success is not guaranteed, but continue on anyway. We can marshal courage and trust in just the possibility of change, and we can also be resilient, to have endurance to push forward despite setbacks. All of this is hope. Each of these elements contributes to hope's complexity. Without optimism, hope becomes passive. Without courage, hope remains an abstract dream. Without resilience, hope crumbles under hardship. Hope, in contrast to other emotions, excuse me. Hope is often mistaken for other emotions, and often hope becomes personified. Perhaps through a relationship with another person, an object, or even a deity. Hope is often mistaken for other emotions, but it carries its own distinct nature. Hope versus joy. Joy is a present moment experience, a reaction to something that has already happened. Hope is different. Hope allows us to feel excited or enthusiastic about something that has not happened yet. Hope versus fear. Both emotions deal with uncertainty, but while fear anticipates a negative outcome, hope expects a positive one. They often coexist, creating an emotional tug-of-war between doubt and possibility. Hope versus despair. Despair, I think, it would be the absence of hope that often emerges after repeated disappointments, when optimism fades and uncertainty feels overwhelming. Yet even in moments of deep despair, hope can be rekindled, sometimes through action, sometimes through the belief of others. There is power in hope. Hope is powerful because it has the ability to lift us out of despair, but also can sustain us through any adversity. It can be the one thing that keeps us moving forward when everything else feels impossible. Psychologists often refer to hope as a motivating force, an inner drive that helps us persist towards our goals despite challenges. Hope is both fragile and resilient. It can be easily shaken by failure or rejection, but when nurtured, it becomes a force that defies doubt. It is not a passive wish. It is not an active choice to believe in possibility. Even in the darkest moments, hope is that quiet voice that whispers, "Things can get better." At its core, hope is a refusal to surrender to the present. It's a belief in something more, a commitment to a future not yet seen. And in that way, hope is not just something we feel, it is something that we live.